Hello, and welcome to pureCHIROnotes, the home of electronic notes for the cash, membership, and box-on-the-wall chiropractic practice. We hope these demonstration videos help you in your search for electronic notes. Do not hesitate to contact us for more information.
This video will cover the encounter module. There's two layers to the encounter module. The first layer is the encounter queue, and this was designed to have the person that's next in the queue be the first one up, and then the rest of the queue be down here so that we can see who's in order. And as Alex gets on the table, we can begin his session. And then the core of the system, this is where everything else was designed around. The encounter page looks like this. It was designed to be one page, minimal scrolling, bare bones minimum for the practitioner that doesn't do insurance, doesn't do third-party pay, does subluxation care. This is what it was designed to do. So I'm going to start over on the left. If the patient has a picture, it would be here by their name, tells when they checked in. It gives their birth date. Does any of that permanent information that we talked about in the administration client maintenance portion of that video. Talks about that here. And that's shown on every visit. In a true subluxation care practice, the only reason that our clients truly check in, if they understand what we do, is they present for the detection and the analysis of vertebral subluxations. That is automatically put in each box. It is a text box, so you can get rid of that if you wish. It is a text box, so it can be made as big and contain as much information as you wish. But this box up here, the S box, is for subjective information. So this is what the client is telling you is going on. This is what you would do on paper. This is what you would do in any other system for the subjective area. This is what the patient is telling you. The P area, the plan area, what are we going to do with this patient? So Alex has a plan right now of 2 times per week. He's not done a very good job. He came in 2 times in March, but he hasn't been in since. So we may need to talk to him about following directions. Obviously, his issue has changed. His urgency has changed. So we're going to change him to 1 per week minimum. We're going to lecture him on what lifetime, ongoing, continual, regular chiropractic means. But we're going to change him to 1 week minimum, 1 per week minimum until further notice. Now, the objective and the assessment in the SOAP notes, we still have to use that format, is, what did I find? How did I find it? What are some things that I noticed? The other notes box down here is just like the one above. It's a text box. It can contain as much information as you want. You can type anything in here you wish. It's just a text box. It's just a place for you to record your notes. What I do here is anything that's outside of the ordinary on ongoing visits goes here. So if I use a different technique than what I would normally use, I would type it in here. So let's say instead of side posture push for PI left, I did a drop. So I'd do table drop PI left. I would note that there and obviously list the finding over here. And then anything else that I would find. Your pre-check. So you're going to do pre-check, left, PD, 1/4 inch, table drop, and then post legs equal. You can put anything in here you want. Again, this is just a place for you to take notes. It wasn't designed to force you to do anything like me. Just gave you an area to put in your notes. So I've already touched a little bit over here, literally and figuratively, about how these work. We call these sliders because they slide. You can either grab them and move them, or you can click and they slide over. I want to be very clear on this point. I'm not forcing you or asking you to take your notes the way I take my notes. For me, the way I was taught back in the 90s, we went by capsule swelling and decrease in motion in the cervical spine. In the thoracic spine, we went by spinous rotation as well as lumbar spine. So for me, this means the capsule C4, C5 on the right was swollen. And then I would adjust accordingly, according to my technique that I've chosen, to assist the body in the correction of that subluxation. For me, this means spinous left of T6. For Gonstead, that would be a PRI of T6. So that is not what this might look like if you're thinking of a Gonstead listing where you're looking at the transverse or mammillary or body rotation of T6. Again, this is completely up to you. I'm not forcing you to take notes my way. In fact, if you look at my notes, occasionally you'll see something like this. That doesn't mean there's a 4-level counter rotation. To me, this means there's a fixation in that area. Just a way of me taking notes. As you go down into the pelvis, obviously you have anterior and posterior movement of the ilia in relation to the sacroiliac joint. And then we also added in the parts of the sacrum with the coccyx for pediatrics, and some veterinary chiropractors use this program and they need that for their clients. Over here, you can view client history. I'll show you that in just a second. And this is also where I told you can create or record payments. Same interface if you looked at the payment queue module already. But how do they pay? By visit, cash, by month, card, by year, check. Record that, accept payment. This is where you would track this if you were in a single doctor office, so that you wouldn't have to, at the end of the day, go back and visit the payment queue in the menu system to record the financial transaction. When you are done, you can click End Session, but I want to point one more thing out here. The purpose of non-therapeutic objective straight chiropractic is to detect and analyze vertebral subluxation. If that's the way you practice, occasionally and hopefully regularly, you'll see somebody come in with no subluxations. If we click that, it actually clears out all of the listings, or all of the listings. We'll just leave it at that, on the spine. And if we go back and recheck, it's an either or. You can't have both. So let's say today he had no subluxations, except that doesn't show that. So we're just going to do this. When we click End Session, it takes us back to the encounter queue. Bill Doe's been here before. I'm not going to take much time with him. He comes in. He has C1 left. Let's say it's a ASRP. And that's all he's got today. I'm done with him. Lillian comes in. Her upper cervicals are fine, but she's got this chronic T5 spinous right, and she's got an AS on the right. So I'm done with her. And we can go on and on and on like that. If we have somebody that we want to check in, we can go back to here. And let's take a look at Lillian again, because I'm going to take a second to show you something. Let's go back to Lillian's file. So it doesn't show what we just put in because we can't edit a session that's already there. But this is what it looks like when I view a previous session. When I click off of it, it goes away. It doesn't interrupt anything here. So let's say I put this in here and I view the previous note. It's like, wait a minute. She didn't have any of those problems last time. What's going on? Oh, it's the wrong Lillian Thomas. Or whatever the case may be. Then if I want to, let's say Rhett checked in, but he had to leave before the adjustment, I can just remove him from the queue. Remove Lillian from the queue, and Pippi because he got mad and left everybody, or somebody checked him in wrong, or any number of reasons. And this is how it goes. It's just like that all day long. Again, you have the option on the payments to keep them boxed on the wall or record how they paid. And this is a new patient that came in earlier with a previous demo. One more time through.
Thank you for watching this video demonstration. Make sure to watch our other videos to fully explore pureCHIROnotes. When you are ready, we have an easy way to begin your subscription. Just go to pureCHIROnotes.com/sign-up.